All right, that should split it into two. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. So the reason I did that, for anybody who's curious, is YouTube and Twitch both are horrible about DMCA stuff, and this is DMCA territory. This game. So this part of the VOD, for anybody who's watching, will be removed. Nobody will be able to see it because I will get sued like a motherfucker. Because this game is nothing but the tunes, right? So I kind of wanted to save this for a situation where that is the only thing we're playing, if that makes sense. So, all right, display GP, good. This disc has seen better days. This was one of the first games I ever bought. So, like as a kid. So I don't know if it's gonna work. We might be emulating this one, but I do own it. It's in I got it right here. It was one of the first games I ever bought. I put a label on it, put my name on it. Wow. Good time. Blue discs are mean, but it should work. It should work. This is one of the first Harmonix games too, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that is not a normal memory card. Boop. Let's give you an actual memory card. Davina, sit down! Lay down, go bed! I see you, lay down. Still waiting on your memory card Pro 2. What's that? All right. Well, this is a game we can at least beat. That's a good sign, right? Where's my controller? There you are. Come here. Retry. Okay. Games that have licensed music shouldn't be a problem. Oh, okay. This intro used to hype me up so much. Look at the outfits these people are wearing. Okay, was this the rave scene back in the day? Ah! Damn, man, this game takes me back. This is some early PS2 shit right here. Let's modify my freak. Let's see, what body do I want? I'm fat, so let's give him the fat body. How do I get rid of everything? Well, Freak Maker, there we go. I got a dad bod. This is supposed to be a head? Brother, these are not normal heads. Why can't I move it? This is my face. Sure. Oh, there we go. I can adjust that. I was about to say, this is not normal. Alright, the face. Details. I gotta restart because it's stupid. Body. Fat kid. Yes. Head. Small head. Face. Glasses. Details. Hair. There we go. That's me. Whew. This game takes me back, man. It's been a long time. It's not hard. It's actually pretty easy game. All right. Let's play it on expert. What we got first? The Crystal Method, the winner. Okay. Blue Python. I don't know if I ever played this on expert. It can't be hard. You're pushing buttons. I just don't remember how to play it. Oh. Okay. This is not a normal beat. At all. Boom, cha, cha, ba, 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 ba. Come on. Yo, what the fuck is this, dude? That was trash. This game isn't hard. Like, what's going on, man? Maybe don't make such weird beats, Crystal Method, based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. Okay, this game's stupid. Alright, let's quit. Let's bring it down to normal because this game clearly is just a fucking horrible... Normal. Available in expert mode only, so I can't even beat the game unless I get good at it. Good. Great. Wonderful. It's a horrible sample. It's a horrible beat sample. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There we go. Special effects times. What? One, two, three, three, four, one. Hopefully I do this good enough. Fuck. This is hard. I'm hitting that on the dot. Like, I'm hitting that on the dot. It's stupid. I wonder if there's, like, some weird lag. Why not? This was the coolest part of this, was freestyling it. No, it's DDR with 3 buttons. That's all it is. It's Guitar Hero with 3 buttons. It shouldn't be this hard. The timing is weird. Congratulations, VR Text Arena locked. Okay. Continue. So how do I get this? Beat all 4 songs with total stage score of 4,000. Well, my stage score is not good at all! But you can't beat it unless you play on Expert. I don't want to do all the songs all over again. That's stupid. You can make, like, no mistakes. So I can't beat this game, technically. Unless I could figure out Expert anyway. I'm hitting that on the dot. Fuck off. Dude, what the fuck? Why is there a lag? Am I just stupid? Do I need to just slot this through my CRT? This is pissing me off, man. I hit that. Fuck off. This is so stupid. Because easy's gonna be too easy, normal, I can't beat it. So, like, this is just frustrating to me. I hit that, but okay. So many points I need to get. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I'm getting punished just by existing? That's so fucking trash, man. Here, let's put it on easy so we could, you know, not beat the game. That's so fucking irritating. Let's go to easy so we can play the child level. No, where's the settings for this fucking game? Yeah, let's see the tutorial. So where's the hidden mechanic of the game that's fucking killing us by existing? Shut up. Fuck you. Good for you. I know how it works.
The tunnel around you is designed for the high-speed transmission of musical data.
Yeah.
This is your frequency activator.
Yes, it is.
Modern musician's instrument of choice.
Yep.
As notes pass through the activator, press the button on your controller that matches their position. Try using the L1, R1, and R2 buttons to catch the music passing through your activator now. Excellent. You can also use the square, triangle, and circle buttons to catch the music. Choose the way that works best for you.
The shoulders.
Continue. Play 2 bars of music in a row without missing a beat.
Sure.
Activate the entire musical track.
Okay.
Here's the drum pattern again.
Sounds.
The
Shut up!
buttons are highlighted in green. Try to play the 2 bars without making a mistake. Excellent. You just activated the drum track. By catching this phrase, you have activated all the drum notes in this section.
Yep.
Now that you've activated the drums, we can move on. I'm transmitting you more data on another track. Prepare for the bass line. Use the left and right buttons on the D-pad now to rotate over.
I am. You're not letting me. Thank you.
Now on the bass track, try to play 2 bars of music without missing a beat to activate the bass line. Excellent. You just activated the bass track. Let's continue. Songs and frequency are separated into different sections by portals. These portals will open as you approach them. New sections contain new music. Rotate around and activate the new tracks. The goal is to activate every track you find. You are in total control. Now I'll turn on the heads up display. This is your energy meter. Activate more tracks to keep it full. If you run out of energy, the game will be over. This meter shows your location within the song. You will need to survive through the whole song without running out of energy if you want to reach the next level. This is your score display. You'll earn more points for playing harder tracks, plus bonuses for capturing multiple tracks without errors. This is your power-up inventory. Power-ups in the game can help you get more notes and higher scores. Catch all the power-up notes in a bar to acquire a power-up. Power-ups can be deployed by hitting the X button. Deploying a multiplayer.
Yeah, I know how to fucking play the game. This game is so stupid. I didn't like it as a kid. Why am I gonna like it as an adult? You know what I mean? I hated it. I preferred Guitar Hero so much more. Like, Guitar Hero was, like, way better. It doesn't help that Crystal Method has weird drum patterns, too. Here we go. This song sucks. Like, is there some stupid strategy to this? God, I think you gotta go between the phrases. Okay, so 700. That was basically a perfect round. So, like, what do we need to do? You want me to get 4,000? How in the fuck would I get 4,000? How? There's no way to get 4,000. Absolutely no way. You'd have to jump. Do I need to continuously get multipliers? We're just gonna have to play this on normal. Because it could be fucking impossible. Yeah, so this is going to be impossible. No wonder Frequency 2 never came out and it was just called Amplitude. They didn't want to be associated with this. Yeah, fuck this. Solo. Fort. I'm gonna play the normal mode, and we'll go as long as we can. Because this just makes no sense to me. I remember struggling with getting the scores as a kid. Like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do right. It's just the way this game is designed is so fucking stupid. So we get to listen to tunes, but only sometimes. Damn, man. How do you cuck up a music game is beyond me. There's got to be some trick to this I'm missing. Okay, I gotta look this up. There's some fucking bullshit afoot, and I'm not for it. Of course. Frequency walkthrough PS2. See what bullshit this is. This makes no sense. So is there any tips or tricks? Because the score... It says keep your multiplier going, but the multiplier is so random when they fucking show up. There's no point. At all. There's none. I gotta find where Davina went. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible to get the right score. This is such bullshit. So might as well just play it on easy and then say it's beat. Nauseatingly fucked game that this is. This is not getting a good grade. Game. Easy. Play it on fucking Child's Play so that I can actually maybe enjoy the game. Harmonix, I'm surprised they ever made another game after this. This is bullshit. Come on. This pisses me off because I wanted to beat this as a kid. This is like redeeming my childhood. So I'm just gonna have to leave the track to find a multiplier and always keep a multiplier going. And don't worry about auto-completing tracks because you do not get scores for completing the tracks, so it's frustrating. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Hello? That was a complete phrase. You didn't dock me. Point. Ah, this game sucks. I, again, got that multiplier and the game does not work. Sub, how are you doing?
Looks like we have a new subscriber. Thanks for the support.
1 and 2 and 1 and in.
Slippy, shut the fuck up for God's sake. Well, thanks for subscribing to the channel.
Of course, it gives me a fucking multiplier out the gate. Freaks out. I love you too. I hope you've been doing well. Come on. What's my controller config? No. Restart. Yes. I gotta beat this. I gotta see what it's like to get that many points. What I need to do. It says just keep your multiplier up. Okay. Where's the opportunity for that? This is a game that I actually had a much better time on an arcade stick. Oh yeah? How did that work for you? So this is a game from my childhood. This is like the first PS2 game I had after Fanavision, because that was the pack-in. And I remember being so pissed off at this game, and I still am. You stole my multiplier! Using 3 fingers on a single hand for LMR makes it... Oh, I bet. Oh, that's clever. I don't know, I just feel like there's a slight lag that I always dealt with on Expert on this game, and I don't know why. I'm about to fuck it off. Because you can't play the whole game on easy. You can't play the whole game on normal either. You gotta play it on expert if you want to play the whole game. Such bullshit.
Buenos dias, shithead.
Right? I'm hitting it on the dot. You make one mistake, it's fucking over, dude. It's over. Expect me to get 4,000 points to get the... No. I'm not dealing with this. Can't beat it. Fucking trash. Dumb fucking piece of shit. Fucking always hated that game. Why even fucking bother? Horrible. Guitar Hero 1 was eons better than that. Davina, go to bed! Now! That's Frequency on PS2. It's fucked off. Piece of shit. I'm a musician, right? Horrible. God, the game makes you feel like you've never done percussion in your life because the rhythms aren't normal. And even if you hit them on the dot, there's some slight lag that just ruins your time. So no, that game's fucked off, and I don't ever want to play it again. Fucked off. This game is laggy, bullshit, and borderline impossible to beat. Fuck this game. It's getting an F. Thought it was clever. I'd rather just, you know, DJ Hero figured it out. DJ Hero is perfect. Alright, Nick, are you here? If Nick is here, he gets a choice to replace that. Or to take a pack of cards. Game's fucking trash. I wonder if Amplitude's any better. Yeah, piece together all the tracks. Even if you do, it's not good. You don't get the points. So I don't know why this game has such high marks. It's not good. Is Amplitude better? Looks like it's its own game. No, it's not. Okay. Alright, franchise awareness. That would be Frequency. Amplitude, and Amplitude is on PS2. I would have never guessed that those games were related as a kid, nor would I have been remotely interested in doing it. Alright. Davina, go to bed, please. Good night. She just does not want to go to bed. It's 2 in the morning. They must be letting her sleep all day. Okay. Y'all's choice. Are we playing Zed? Are we dipping our toes into Zed? What are we doing? Because I tried to play that and it was horrible. Actually, I think he played we might be focusing on all overrides here. That's gone. That's out. And Nick has 24 hours to replace it. If he doesn't, then he gets a pack of cards. Okay, I don't have any of these other overrides, so I guess we're going to focus on either Zed or Phantasy Star. I'll let y'all vote real quick. I'm going to go use the bathroom, try to lay her down again, and maybe we'll dip our toes into Zed. I've played tons of games, and throughout my life, I've collected many games, some that were great, some that weren't so great. In fact, my collection strategy has been off the wall. I wanted to own games that people didn't talk about, the ones that didn't stand out as bestsellers, so I do have a mixed bag on the wall behind me that many of you see every day when I stream. That being said, one of our Epic community members, Lucrative Soundscent 1274, requested a video talking about 10 games that I'm proud to own, and I do have 10 games in mind that fit the bill for this exact topic. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let's begin. In the early 2000s, the computer that I owned, it couldn't really run anything. I had Windows XP and most of my dad's games ran on DOS, and I didn't really understand DOS, so it was a rough time. However, my grandparents always spent the money to have what would be considered a cutting-edge computer for the time. My grandfather was a teacher at St. Francis down in Houma, Louisiana, and he bought a decent IBM PC so that he could grade papers. When they bought it, they had the choice of 3 different pieces of software. They chose Microsoft Encarta, MechWarrior 2 31st Century Combat, and Torrens Passage. This game was monumental to me. It was the first point and click I ever played, and everything about it was wonderful. You make mistakes, you die, and then you get made fun of for it, but you don't lose. You can just pick up where you left off. Plus, it's chocked to the brim with humor from Al Lowe that piques the interest for both kids and adults. In comparison to other Sierra games, you wouldn't have to save often, you could just play it. And when I was able to buy a big box version of it a few years ago, I put it proudly on my shelf. I was not a fan of RPGs growing up, period. The whole idea of doing the same thing over and over and over again, it really didn't appeal to me. I was born in an era where everything involved open worlds and collecting things within said worlds. Think Spyro, Donkey Kong 64, Jet Force Gemini, Crash Bandicoot, well, to some capacity, that's what I was used to. And for the same amount of disinterest I had in regular RPGs, I really wasn't interested in JRPGs. Then one day when I was stationed in South Korea, I downloaded Final Fantasy and I fell in love with the franchise. I loved 1, liked 2, hated 3, dug 4, fucking despised 5, and then when it was time for 6, known as Final Fantasy III on the Super Nintendo and US regions, that game blew my mind. From start to finish, Final Fantasy III was an experience, a blueprint into how JRPGs could be perfect. At no point was there filler. There wasn't any fetch quest padding bullshit, it was just straight up narrative fire and creative gameplay from the moment we started the game. It had a blend of character depth, story-driven momentum, and flexibility in gameplay that I feel no other JRPG has ever come close to. Because I love the game so much, I decided to get it complete in box. I'm not really one for getting boxed games, but I felt it was worth it in this case. Collecting games is always fun. It's especially fun when you look forward to playing one very specific game, and to me, Super Castlevania IV was exactly that. I went through the process of buying the first 3 NES games, and I told myself, since I knew that Castlevania IV was going to be epic, that I wouldn't buy it until I beat all 3. Castlevania 1 was epic, 2 was kind of and 3 was the bane of my existence. Out of all of the games that infuriated me to no end and ended up on the dreaded fucked off list, Castlevania 3 was on there 5 times before I finally beat it. The minute I beat that damn game, I went to the local game store and bought Super Castlevania 4. I do own it complete in box, and it looks great. It really appeals, it pops, and it looks great on the shelf. I have always loved Chrono Trigger. I loved Chrono Trigger back at a time where I didn't even know what a JRPG or an action RPG was. To me, all games were adventure games, just some had extra quirky mechanics. When I was a kid, Dad gave me tons of ROMs to play on Z-SNES. That was the emulator of choice that I used as a kid. Speaking of emulators, I've been thinking of placing a new series in rotation, one that focuses on explaining the emulators you might need if you want to play these games on your computer or on a mobile device. If that interests you, let me know down below. But returning to the topic at hand, Chrono Trigger was one of 3 games I played religiously, the others being ActRaiser and Bahamut Lagoon, which was a translated version. Through and through, I always wanted to complete and box Chrono Trigger, but it was one of those games that were expensive as fuck, like beyond expensive. So when I went to Japan on a vacation with my wife, I had one intention, get Chrono Trigger. But everywhere I turned, it was still expensive, even for the Super Famicom. Then I stumbled into a secondhand store, and there it was, Chrono Trigger complete in box for about $10. Why? A microscopic tear in the corner of a box. You see, the Japanese culture is very big on preserving the integrity of the items that they resell, so any flaws can discount a game 90%, and I lucked out on that day.
Super Mario Bros. 3 is a very common game, one of the best-selling NES games, and one that you can find anywhere you look. If a store sells video games, especially retro video games, you're gonna find Super Mario 3. It's the same as Sonic the Hedgehog 2, no matter where you turn, you will find it. What made acquiring this game so special to me, however, was that it was one of the first NES games I purchased when I started my collection. What you see behind me every day started with 5 Nintendo games, the first 2 Zelda titles, and the first 3 Mario games. It's insane to think that that collection has expanded to over 1,000 games, and I have the luxury of sitting down and checking them all out with you every single day. Now, I will say my box is fake. It's actually a reproduction box, but to me, it looks just as good as an authentic box, and since I don't resell my stuff, who fucking cares?
Red silhouettes are terrorists. The white silhouettes are innocent civilians. Now you gotta try and hit the terrorists without hitting the good guys, okay? Oh yeah, the black cars are...
One of my biggest ambitions in collecting video games was completing a library, but I knew that I wouldn't be able to do so on a library that spanned a wide range, so me being me, I focused on what people didn't know about, and that was the Action Max. For those of you who don't know what the Action Max is, it's a VHS light gun console that overlays these shooting targets on your TV, and if you shoot the targets, you get points, and after 13 minutes or whenever the tape ends, you're done. The sole replayability of this game lies in beating your high score, and to me, the novelty would wear off pretty quickly. 4 out of the 5 games are very easy to find, but the 5th one was my own little conquest of searching, and after 5 years, I found it. Blue Thunder, an extremely rare game that literally nobody cares about but me. It's based on a movie, but what makes it rare is that there were 2 commercial runs of the Action Max, one with a pack-in of Sonic Fury, and the other being Blue Thunder, right? So the only way to get Blue Thunder was to buy that extremely limited second run of the console. I found it on eBay one day, cost me $400, and I never turned back. I know I just talked about buying an expensive game, but I don't do it often. In fact, I rarely do it because to do so would prevent me from buying a larger part of a library. For $150, you can get a few Super Nintendo games if you really wanted to, but this is a game that I had to have because it was Quintet, and literally every game I've played by them, outside of ActRaiser 2, was great. Fuck ActRaiser 2, dirty saggy nutsack. This game was actually suggested to me by one of my Twitch viewers, and when I saw the price, I kind of puckered the exit tunnel a little bit. But a bit down, saved up a little bit of money, and let me tell you, this is one of the greatest action RPGs ever created. To me, it's up there with Chrono Trigger, just a solid, kick-ass, inward-thinking game that eats up so much of your time in a way that feels redeeming. Soul Blazer has us playing as the servant of the master, which if you've played ActRaiser, you know who that is, and our job is to destroy monsters and restore the souls of the people who inhabit the worlds we visit, no more no less. And it's simple, and it's fun. What more could you ask for? The largest library that I currently maintain is my PS2 library. I started collecting in high school with money I earned at oddball jobs like selling programs at LSU during football games or being a cashier at Kanata's, a little grocery store in Houma I would work at during the summer at my grandparents' house. That was a time to be alive, to bring a $20 bill into GameStop or some other game store and walk out with 1 or 2 used PS2 games. You never knew if they were going to be good, you just bought it, and you know that's the life I lived. The one game that absolutely blew my mind out of my asshole was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. As a kid, I didn't care about playing games in order, I just wanted to play the game. But by playing Metal Gear Solid 3 and falling in love with it, it sparked the interest in playing games in the order that they were released. In fact, a few months later, I would go and buy the Metal Gear Solid Essentials collection that I still have to this day. Beat it over a weekend, just binged this epic series from Konami. I'm sure many of you had a handheld console growing up. I did. I actually had a few. While I never had the original Game Boy, I did have the Game Boy Pocket and the Game Boy Color, and I had a fistful of games, but many of them weren't popular. I guess Tetris was, but that was also a launch title, so everyone had it. The game that actually took the most of my time, and still to this day remains one of my favorite handheld games, is Game & Watch Gallery. Have you ever played games that are revisions of older games? Ones that let you change out the graphics between new and old, like Halo Anniversary Edition or Secret of Monkey Island Special Edition, or maybe even Diablo 2 Resurrected. That's kind of what this is, except you can play 4 different Game & Watch games in the style of the originals or in a remade fashion, and I love this game. While I could never get into the older LCD handhelds, I 100% was addicted to the modern ones. Growing up, there were many ways you could acquire software. You could go to the store, Office Depot, Walmart, Babbage's EB Games, Funko Land, the usual suspects. But for me, getting games during this...
Shit, I didn't realize it was like 2:27 in the morning. We need to wrap up. But I appreciate you sticking around, British. That means the world to me. Let's see, what are we doing next week? Next week, we're going to be starting with Zed, and then we'll be playing Phantasy Star twice, so... I thought we still had like an hour or two left, but it is time for me to go to bed, so. Alright. Oh, for everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for being patient with me today. We beat Abduction. You can check that in the previous stream. And then I tried to play Frequency, and that game was it was not good. So, for anybody who is over on YouTube, feel free to come on over to Twitch. There's a lot more I could do for you over here, be it sound effects, stream loots, cards, channel points, things I can incorporate for you. And for everybody on Twitch, if you haven't hit that follow button, please do consider it. We're a warm, welcoming community of people who love to remember when life's a little bit easier to live. If you want to guide the raid, feel free to do so at this time. Otherwise, we're going to find somebody playing an adventure game. And, let's see. Yeah, we'll go hang out with Chomp. Chomp's playing Maniac Mansion. Chomp Deluxe. Alright. As always, from my family to your family, good energy, good vibes. Fortify out, keep the flames of hope burning, and the flames of retro gaming burning even stronger. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to be playing some Zed. This is another game from Cyan, and I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. So, thank you so much. Come on over on this raid. Be nice, be sweet, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.